Hey everybody, this is Sherry with CPR Craft Pray Repeat, and I'm here today with a video for Koala Tea Crafts. And what I am, or who I am coloring there, is Lily the Lamb, and I will have all of the colors that I use for her on the screen. And I do duplicate the colors occasionally across the screen. I'm assuming that you all are like me, which, you know, we know what, happens when you assume. But I forget sometimes they'll put the color at the beginning, and sometimes I forget and I'm like, oh man, I really, I didn't want to have to go all the way back and try to find it. And so I've been putting the colors that I use on the screen several times through that process. So several times through coloring the lamb's body and head, you will see the colors pop up on the screen. And I hope that's helpful. If it bothers you, let me know, and I can take it off. It's just, I thought it would be helpful. If it's not, just say, hey Sherry, cut it out, girlfriend, and I will. And so here I'm just coloring up my body, and it's just real basic, simple coloring, and I color the entire body, and then I go over everything with my colorless blender. There I go, because I wanted it to be brown, but I wanted it to be like a dirty brown, because if you've ever seen sheep, their fur's not white. It's not that fluffy white little thing you'd see bouncing around on the commercials and in TV. They're dirty little things. So I'm making mine have, scruffy little, brown tinged fur. And so I'm going over and I'm coloring everything. Now, I do not need to actually put a lot of color on the face because I'm going to do something different, but my brain didn't pick that up, and so I continue to color it as if it were going to be the star of the show. So, just bear with me, and maybe we'll all learn something together from this. I'll learn to be more aware, and you guys will learn that, I don't know, that I don't think straight half the time. I don't know. And so I'm just putting my shadows around, and I try to do my images as if the light is directly in front of it. That way it the highlight is in the center, the shadows are on the sides, and it can make my image appear more round. And I'm just coloring in my my ears. Now here's where I go and I start to color. Actually, I started to color the body again, and I caught on. I was like, Sherry, don't be that goofy. Don't be goofy twice in one video. So I go ahead and I stopped coloring the body and I move up to the face. Now, this is where you're going to see me put, a lot more emphasis on my shadows, my highlights, all of that, because this is going to be the face that you see. And what I'm going to do is, and this sounds so horrible, I'm going to detach his little head from his body. And it's like, I felt like a murderer when I was done. I was like, oh, this is awful. But my grandbaby thought he was cute, so that kind of made me feel a little better, just a little. And so I'm going ahead, finishing up my coloring, and then doing the ears, and then I'm going to go in with an R20 to put some pretty pink, inside his little ears, inside his little nostrils. I'll put a little bit, and then I will go over that pink with my lightest color to try to blend it all in, and you know, just kind of give it a more finished look. I didn't want the pink to be in your face bright, but I wanted him to appear to have, or her, excuse me, she's Lily. I wanted Lily to appear to have some rosy glow, like she is all that in a bowl of jelly beans, folks. And so here we go. We're finishing up this part, and then I'm going to color the little top of the hair. And the inside, I will go ahead and get ready to do the inside of the ears. And as soon as I am done doing this, I got a nasty phone call from Mariah's bus driver because I did not send the paperwork back. And so as soon as I finish this video, I've got to get the paperwork done for the school because I just have not felt good. So I didn't do it. And I mean, oh, that sounds horrible. It's not that I didn't want to do it. It's just that my head hurt too bad to try to read it and deal with it. But I'm going to get it done today because she was not happy with me. So there I go. And you can see where I go over the R20 to just kind of soften it all up there. And now I'm going to go in, and I am switching colors here and doing the hooves. I wanted them to be darker. I'm still staying in the E40 family. I just move up from, for the fur I did 40, 41, 42, and 43. And for the hooves I do 42, 44, 47, and 49. So I stay in the E40 family. I just move up the intensity there a little bit. And sorry guys, I've been having seizures again, and they wipe me out. They just absolutely wipe me out. So I'm just going over there, putting my last coat on, and here's where I cut his little head off. Her little head. That makes me feel even worse as a little girl. Poor little thing. But honest, it's just a temporary amputation. She does survive, and she's a happy little thing because I have pictures at the end of this video that will show you she is still smiling and still ready to rock everybody's world because she's so cute. And Jen has some really cute digis, guys. I will make sure to put a link to Koala Tea Crafts in the description box. She's got some new school links or some new school images that came out. She's got some floral images, which you all know I have been falling in love with coloring floral images. So she's got something for everybody. So there we go. Now we're going to go ahead and trim out the one that I colored the entire lamb. Now you see that I cut a head. So I really could have just gotten away with, you know, putting a light coat on that head, because you can see it if you look, but you know, I guess again, like I said, I wasn't thinking. So it's just, you know, let's just say I'm an overachiever. There we go. I'm an overachiever. Did it good twice, which, oh my golly, that is so far from what I am. And finishing up cutting him out here, and I'm using my Recollection scissors that I got from Michael's, and I'm using my Memento dual tip marker to go around the edges and just cover in anywhere where I may have cut in too far or didn't cut in far enough, and I'm showing some of the white line. So I did a card the other day, and I haven't put it up yet, but when I do, I will point it out to you. I forgot to do that step. And once I put it together and I was looking at the card, and I was like, what is wrong with this card? Well, what was wrong was I didn't do that step, and I was so not happy because it just didn't look finished. It didn't look completed to me. And you know, not everybody feels like you have to do this, and you do what you feel comfortable with, but that's how, you know, it made me feel. So I'm just getting out a couple dies here, and I'm going to use some stitch border dies and a CC Designs Make a Card number 13 set on the white, and what I use it for is just the little cloud that's in there, because I just think this little cloud with the little heart is just the cutest little thing. And there's the, I punched out, I cut out 3 of them, and there they are. And then there's this little teeny weeny heart. Isn't that cute? I could have put it on his little bum. I never thought of that. Wow, dadgummit. So here I just take a piece of scrap for my blue, and then I layer in my hills, my stitched hills, because I wanted it to, you know, to me, they're, you know, sheep, they're on rolling hills. And again, I'm moving my hands and nobody can see. I don't know why I do that. I've got to get control of myself, people. But so here we go. I'm just using my ATG gun to get that down. Now, I should have left myself a little bit more space in between the 2 layers of green, because I was really cutting it close. And I marked there with a pencil so I could get it exactly where I needed it, because I did not leave myself any extra room. I mean, it just meets. And so I didn't have it right, so I had to pull it back up and get it back on there. And I messed up one end, and I was so bummed because I wasn't paying attention and I ripped it. So what I did was I went and took a green alcohol marker and went over the edge, because I was not doing them again. And here are those little clouds. Aren't they adorable? But I wanted them to be small, and those were the perfect size, because I want them to appear to be in the back and for him to appear to be in the front. So that really worked out well for that, at least in my opinion. I think it does. And, you know, I was so tickled. That was one of the sets I got from CC Designs when they were having that big clearance deal. And so I just put down my my little lamb, and I trim up to make sure, because I had it a little bit over on the one side. And here's where I take my action wobble, and I love action wobbles. There's like only one thing I like better than action wobbles, and that's googly eyes. And guess what? She's getting googly eyes too. I love it. And I just think it's so cute how they wiggle. But see, you can see her head when I wiggle her. So, you know, that did help. And I have no idea where I got these self-adhesive little eyes, but I will tell you I ended up using some of my art glitter glue, because the one on the left was giving me a fit and kept popping off. And I'm using a set from Scrappy Moms, and I'm not even sure if she's still in business or still makes this, but I wanted that sentiment, and I'm just using my VersaFine Onyx Black ink and calling it done. It says, love you, EWE. All right, guys, I hope you like this card. I hope you like this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to practice your CPR, craft, pray, repeat. Thanks for visiting me today, and happy crafting. Bye.